production music. This isn't a professional recording. Oh, we're started. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
You're already telling everybody that it's not a professional recording, man. This is as professional
shocked,
as it gets.
Yeah, with the beautiful background that I have back here, clearly a studio. It's made to look like a house. And clearly you have whatever that is in the background. I don't know, what is that? It looks like the some kind of space module or something. What's that big round thing right there?
Yeah, no, I mean, you could use it as a space module if you want, but I use it. It covers. I don't know. You can't really see it very good, but it's like a sound reducer for the mic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it catches all the sound waves and stuff so that you don't get any echo and crap like that.
So you have crystal clear broadcast quality audio for this first edition of the White Mic. I'm putting on my fake broadcaster voice there.
Right.
What are we calling this YouTube session now? Are we calling it something? The White Mic Power Hour?
Yeah, I don't think we want to put white and power together.
Scratch that one. How about the White Mic Flour Biscuit Hour? Wait, no.
Yeah, the Flour Hour.
The Flour Hour.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I always say white flour, man.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Peas, pot, and microdot. Oh wait, there's a nice dated reference for you kids out there that are watching YouTube right now.
Right, back from the 1900s.
Yeah, right. Back when I was a boy, we had this stuff. You don't want to know. Stay away from all that stuff, though. Let's stay positive and musical, right?
Yeah, there you go.
So you got an album coming out next week. A week from what, tomorrow?
Yeah, a week from tomorrow as we speak right now. It'll be July 15th. That's a Tuesday. It's already right around the corner. That also happens to be my 24th birthday, so that'll be fun. Get to celebrate two things at once, I guess.
Man, you're old. You're ready for retirement now, right?
Yeah, I'm. The plan is to be retired by the time I'm like 31, 32. So I mean, yeah, I'm getting closer. Nice.
That's a good goal. Making me feel like a real loser right now. So thank you for that. But
hey, I try my hardest, man.
So the new album, is it different than what people know you? People that are already fans of you that expect a certain level of white micedness.
Oh yeah, I like that word, man. No, I mean, as an artist.
You know me, I'm not exactly like a rap expert, so.
Yeah, no, it's definitely got a more up-tempo, catchy vibe. It's more summer feeling. You know, it's something you can play out at the parties and stuff like that. It's not. It's not like.
Didn't I hear the newest song on Stoner Jesus Show like recently? Within the last week or something?
I think you're talking about We Smoke Blunts. That was the last one that came out back right around 420. And
okay, I thought you had another one that was newer than that, but perhaps I hallucinated that. It might have been a flashback to what we were talking about earlier, but anyway.
Yeah, right. Or it could also have been an older track. Maybe it's one of the tracks that you hadn't heard before. You know, I know some of these DJs like to pull like old stuff out, and I'm like, oh wow, I haven't even heard that song in a while, you know, and it's mine.
Well, I refuse to accept the premise that there's anything I don't know about or that I could possibly be wrong, so that can't possibly be it, but, yeah. Anyway, yeah, cool. So,
it's going to be unique, in a way. I mean, at the end of the day, it's always going to be White Mic music, you know what I mean? It comes from me, so it's always going to be somewhat similar. But it is definitely, you know, as an artist, you're always trying to build and change and advance into the future and stuff. So, I mean, it does have a little new kind of vibe to it, but, I mean, I never stray too far from my roots.
Okay, well, then we should backpedal a little bit to that. You're a 24-year-old guy, so we can all kind of guesstimate exactly what era you grew up with in terms of what was popular in music, you know. So what drove you to this kind of music, and what was your original influences of music?
Yeah, well, I mean, initially, I grew up as until the time I was about maybe 8 or 9.
Yeah, that's the biggest headline right there. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, right. But no, I grew up on things like Metallica and Judas Priest and Queensryche and heavy metal, you know, and I got into playing the drums, and eventually I picked up on rap because they were using the same I could play drums
Rhythm.
and I could play metal or I could play rap or anything, you know, and I started enjoying it. And then yeah, it wasn't until high school where I really started like, oh wow, I should try rapping. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, it was a joke for well, a hobby, you know. It was a hobby for about maybe 5 or 6 years, and then I was like, oh man, I might actually have some talent here. So I started trying to do something with it, and yeah, now I mean now we're here. It's almost been 8 years that I've been rapping now, and it's like, dang man, things have happened. It seems like the older you get, man, the quicker time goes.
Right? Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm just slightly older than you, so
Yeah, yeah, a couple of years.
just by a couple years, so I understand. But yeah, no, it's always interesting to me because I kind of grew up in the era that I didn't really listen to rap. I didn't really know much about it, but so it took me a long time to kind of figure out that really all music comes from the same type, especially Western music. All comes from the same roots anyway. And then
Yeah,
on top of that, if you listen to someone like I know you and I were having a conversation a while ago about like Menace and some of those really super fast rappers, and you said some
yeah,
of your newer stuff is a little quick. Well, it took me a long time to figure out that if you listen to the cadence or whatever you want to call it of that kind of music, it's really the same as some of the old, like, I don't know what type of reggae it was, but it's like a hardcore sort of reggae, and I'm sure you know the type I'm talking about, where it's that fast sort of vocal.
yeah. There's a word for it, but I can't
I'm
remember
sure there
the.
is, and I don't know what it is either. I don't claim to be an expert on it, but I know it by the
Yeah, true
sound
that.
of it, at least.
Yeah, exactly. that
So, yeah.
I think it'll be interesting, man, to see some of the fast stuff because a lot of people. I mean, I've done some fast stuff on since I've been in the professional studio and everything now. But a lot of my faster stuff was from the mixtapes when I was using this right here to record my mixtapes, all those free ones that I did back in the day. This
Right.
is what I recorded it on. And so it'll be cool to get in the studio and not only will I be able to rap fast, but then people will be able to understand me at the same time.
Well, now that raises a good point too about your newest album. You said you're going to release all the tracks for free, right? To be like
Yeah,
free
well, it's
download, all that.
yeah, it's just a single, and the way that's gonna work is the single's called Cheers. Like I said, it comes out the 15th, and you'll be able to listen to it on the White Mike Music website. I'll plug that here at the end and all that, and but you'll be able to listen to it for free. Check it out, see if you like it. Even if you don't, whatever, that's cool. At least you stop by and thanks for listening, But then if
Right.
you like it, you want to download it, it's available on iTunes. It's available on Amazon. If you want to go ahead and pay the 99 cents, I'm not going to stop you. But at the
Right.
same time, all you got to do is click a little button and you can either make a tweet on Twitter or you can make a post on Facebook, and you'll get a download link right away for free. And so I
Sweet.
mean, I think it's dope. I think it's a revolutionary kind of marketing approach. I mean, like I said, it'll be free. You get it all for free, and so I'm kind of I'm just putting it out of my wallet and making things happen. You know what I mean? I really. I think a lot of people are going to hear this, a lot of people, and I think a lot of people are going to like it too. Is the thing, I'm very confident in it. I like it. I've been jamming it. I'm already about tired of it, to be honest with you. But that's how it usually works. By the time you guys hear it, I mean, I wrote this song in,
You've already
gosh,
done the production on it. You've already done, yeah. It gets repetitive, I'm sure.
oh yeah, I wrote the song in, I want to say at the end of January, maybe. I mean, it's been a long time coming.
Well, I don't think people necessarily realize how easy it is to, and some people even fall into the trap where they overdo it. But production just alone is time consuming. Even if it's simple audio production, whatever. It seems simple, but when you're talking about something going out mass media to all these different types of platforms and devices, and I mean it could sound a zillion different ways, so you got to kind of have a good consistency. And I think was one of the things I've noticed from your music that I've heard. I can't say I've heard everything, I'm an expert, whatever, but it's all pretty consistently produced, you know what I mean, as far as the sound.
Yeah,
So
well,
that's
and I mean, you got to give that credit. I can't take any of that because I don't know I don't know in from out on as far as audio engineering goes, But they always say if you can't do it yourself, then hire out intelligently, you know. And my producer, Jason, he's, oh man, he's so dope. And the stuff he brings me stuff. He's like, yo, this beat sucks. I wanna see what you think of it. And it's like the hottest beat I've ever heard in my whole life. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm like, give me a copy of this. I need verses. I need to, you know what I mean? I start having it structured and all that. It's cool. I enjoy working with the producer. It's like a little team effort. You know what I mean? Even though it's white mic music, there's a lot of people involved in white mic music.
Well, and having that process is part of what gives you that consistent sound when you got people that know what they're doing, you know, makes a huge difference. But as far as drums go, you said you played drums, you came from a drum background. Was that, is that something you still do? Do you still do it to write your own beats, or do you just use it as background to kind of know the sound of what sounds correct?
No, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't play them much anymore. I still do have my drum set sitting, well, it's behind the big old satellite dish I got. And I mean, if I play them, it's to like, it's like stress release or like a relaxing thing. You know, I don't get on them with a purpose anymore.
No. Well, I know there was an effort for a while, me being slightly older than you, like in the early 90s, I would guess, for a lot of rappers, that there was a big thing to have real drums, and there was like a whole controversy for and against it and whatever, you know what I mean?
Oh,
and
yeah, definitely.
I mean, whatever, if it sounds good, I guess it doesn't really matter, but, you know, so.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of, like on Saturday Night Live, any rappers that go on there, they always do live instruments and stuff like that, you know?
Right. Well, the other reason I asked, too, is because there's a lot of people that buy beats like what you're talking about, and a lot of the big rap guys nowadays, you know, you see them even like in social media, you know, we looking for beats and whatever, so you always wonder who really knows, if they just know it by the sound or if they have a musical background like drums or whatever, you know.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. It's the same way with artists too, and especially in the rap community, is you got 8 billion people trying to do the same thing, and there's probably about 100 of them that are doing it right, that know what they're doing. You know, it's a real, you got to weed through all the fakes and stuff, and when you find somebody like a producer like I have, you know, you put that under contract right away. You know, you don't want to mess around with that. I signed him, said boom, 2014, and I say, you working for me, buddy.
Lock it down, right?
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, I'm blessed to be in a position to be able to do that. You know what I mean? It's not like it's free, that's for sure.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Besides it being time-consuming, it can be costly depending on what level you want. It's like any other, you know, anything else. You can spend as little or as much, you know, as you want, but you get what you pay for ultimately. And again,
Well,
I go back to all the different with the internet. You know, people. I grew up in the radio era where equipment was fairly uniform as far as, you know, what a stereo sound like, or a basic, you know, car radio, whatever, you know. And now with the internet, there's so many different ways that things are filtered and transferred in through all these different, through smartphones, through whatever, you know. So it's a whole different world of sound in that regard. But I can't imagine what it would have been like being in a band, you know, 20 years ago and having access to all this stuff, you know, like you do now.
Oh, yeah, things would have been entirely different. I mean, even just social media. I mean, that alone, you could even go back 5 years ago when Twitter wasn't as big, you know, when it or back when we were doing MySpace, you know, and that, I mean, like, it basically, it's a blessing and a curse, man, because it can allow anybody to broadcast to the world, well, like we're doing right now, right? We could be a bunch of nobodies. I'm in my mom's basement right here with the satellite dish. And we're pretending like we're cool, you know what I mean? Anybody can do that.
And I'm the first to admit that I'm an absolute nobody, because at least you're promoting something. I don't know how I ended up with as many followers on Twitter as I did, because I've never had anything to promote. All I've done is really just talk shit and have fun and just be wacky, you know. And but I think, speaking of social media, I think you were the one that turned me on to Stoner Jesus on stonerjesus.net. Put that plug in there. Initially through social media, so that just shows you how connections, and it just keeps it. And putting out free music like that, and then offering it in social media, and it definitely makes a huge difference. If we would have had that advantage, years ago, it would have been definitely a different deal.
Yeah, well, and also at the same time, it would be a lot different now too. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
technology
right.
would be even further ahead. So I mean, no matter what, you could always say if we had this 20 years ago, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But then 20 years later, you would advance 20 years. You know, I don't know, makes sense to me.
Absolutely. No, you're right. You're right. It's just one of those pointless ponderances. I'm doing the cliche interview question. So, what is your favorite type of tree, and how big and green do you think the leaves should be? That's like a Barbara Walters question or something.
Yeah, right. Oh no, I love trees, man, and the bigger the leaf, the better.
Nice. All right. Well, is there anything else we need to talk about besides a week from tomorrow, which would be, let me look here. That would be July 15th. You said that already, but I forgot anyway, stoner. And you said it's going to be available for free. You're going to put out links on social media, Twitter, Facebook, all that. It'll be on Amazon. It'll be on iTunes. Do you do SoundCloud or any of those kind of sites, Bandcamp, anything like that?
Yeah, well, SoundCloud is what is going to be the platform that we use to distribute it free. But like I said, you can listen to it on the website, and there'll be, I don't know, I can't give away too much right now, but there'll be incentive to listen to it on the website. We'll say that.
Nice. Well, people will have the link, and then they can find all the pertinent information from there anyway. Your site has all that, so
Yeah,
visiting
exactly.
and rambling it isn't going to help.
Yeah, yeah, right. So yeah, I mean, I guess yeah. Then the website is bit.ly/whitemikemusic. No capitals, no underscores, no symbols, nothing like that. It's real simple. And yeah, follow me on Twitter, and you'll be able to get connected with pretty much everything. It's at 505 White Mike, WHITEMIC, and then yeah, the 505 would be the numbers, because if you think about it, it would be too long, right? Makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. All right, cool. Well, I'm at Joe Destruction on Twitter and also on Facebook. So if anybody wants to hear my rambling nonsense, they can find me there as well. So I appreciate you creating this Google Hangout YouTube thing. Is pretty cool. It looks like it's going to be fun to mess with. So we'll do it
I
some more.
enjoyed it too, man, and thanks for coming in and asking me the hard hitting questions, man.
Yes. What is your favorite color?
Yeah, right. Huh, I enjoy them all, man. But yeah, green
is
clearly.
I knew it. Mine too.
Yeah, right.
It's been fun. Peace. I don't know. You got to do all the control panel-y stuff, so.
Oh, this is true. All right. Yeah. Well, then take us home, and I'll end the broadcast.
So long, everybody. That was terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.